Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all panel. Thank you for willing to joining this forum through Google Meet. Today we are going to discuss about the issue of unemployment among graduates in Malaysia. Unemployment among graduates in Malaysia becomes serious and need to aware. If no prevention action, it can affect all graduates in Malaysia. Before we start the forum, let me introduce our guest and panel. Mr. Azrin, Vice Chancellor, University Malaya. Fresh graduate from KUPTM, Miss Nurul Atika. And then Miss Siti Nohana, Vice President Group Human Resource of Petronas. And last, Nur Shahira, Senior Lecturer majoring in Economy of UiTM Perlis. For not wasting our time, Mr. Azrin, what is your comment about this issue?
Assalamualaikum Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you for having me today. It is an honor to be addressed by you here and share my views on the unemployment among graduates. The issues of unemployment are issues not only in Malaysia but around the world. Recently, Malaysian people have been taught facing on issues of high unemployment rates among the local graduates. This issue has been a phenomenal to the current news as it has been aired on the television, newspaper, internet, and others agency. There are several problems of the unemployment among Malaysia, such as the lack of skill experiences, Malaysia graduates demands too much on salary, and employer does not believe in fresh graduate. Firstly, the main problem ability of the unemployment among Malaysia graduates is the lack of skill and experiences. Nowadays, a lot of theoretical subjects have been taught without implementing the practical sides, and without skill, you have nothing to apply for problem solving and no efficiency. Then they are lacking of English command skill and poor communication skill that make them difficult to get a good job. Next, the courses they took that was not suitable for the relevant industry. Thus, it is very hard for them to get an application job in the market. Secondly, another problem of unemployment is Malaysia graduates demand too much on the salary and it is unreasonable. They want the salary more than what they are deserve. And beside that, they want a job location near from their house because it's easy for them to commute from their house to the workplace. Those employers are expecting graduates who with experiences from different areas. Last but not least, employer does not believe in fresh graduates' ability. Among fresh graduates that have no experiences, the employer nowadays requires graduates to have some work experiences in order as requirement of qualification, at least 1 year minimum. Next, employer expectation of fresh graduate is also one of the factors that leads to the unemployment, and graduates have low self-confidence and low self-esteem, especially in job interview. And for this, I can conclude that fresh graduates from universities or college must prepare themselves in terms of mental and physical before getting into the working world. Those are the skill and experiences demanding on salary and employer does not believe in fresh graduates are the causes of the unemployment among Malaysian graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Azrin, for your comment on the issue of unemployment among graduates in Malaysia. So now it's your turn, Nur Atika, to give opinion from side as fresh graduate and share your experience as unemployed after graduating.
Thank you for moderator to inviting me. Hi, my name is Nuratika. I'm one of the fresh graduates from KUPT MKL that have degree in human resource. For me, I feel like I'm a victim because I have completed my diploma and degree and it ended up with no job until right now. I also have PTPTN loan, so how can I pay my debt and my situation right now? I don't know why certain organization is not having any interest to hire me. Even though I've applied a job and sent my resume to many companies that need human resource staff, but still none of them are interested to hire me. Now I just make money on doing some small business to pay my PTTN loan. I have spent a lot of money to complete my study, and I have high qualifications, which is degree in human resource, and I'm not fussy in looking for a job. But I hope my job scope is based on my qualification so that I can reach high salary. I want a job that is fit with my qualification because it worth it with my time and money that I've spent during my studies at KUPTM.
As Nur Atika said, she feel like victim and applied many jobs and sent resume to many companies and still not get response from them. The question is, this happened to her because it's self or organization. So I think Miss Nohana is suitable person that can answer the question. From the point of view as part of recruiting employee at your company, what is the factor you emphasize in recruiting process?
Okay, firstly, I want to thank you to Miss Moderator Fateh for inviting me in this forum. So regarding which the topic, which is unemployment among graduates, yes, I admit it is true that this issue is not a new thing in our country and already exists since long time ago. Okay, today students always think when they finish their study, they easily will get a better job. No, that's not how it is work. Based on statistic today shows that graduate from higher institution the most been unemployed. This is because they mostly ask for unrealistic salary and benefit. So about your questions that you asked just now, which is what my opinion on factor of why mostly big company demand in hiring new employees. For me, firstly, we focus big the candidates with good ability. This is because in any company will believe that the quality work only from good workers. And then secondly, the company must lower the cost in hiring a worker. This is because we need spending a high amount of course when looking for a new worker, such like make money to hire. Recruiters have to advertise on job sites, conduct interviews, and run background checks, and of course dispense and retrieve all of the paperwork associated with adding an employee. So the company must reduce this process in order to reduce the company spending. The last one is to keep the company reputation. We have to demand in recruiting the quality employees and with loyalty value in them. This is to avoid we pick the wrong employees who have risk to quit the job.
I agree with the statement, but we also need to get another opinion from expert. Mr. Azrin, what do you think the factor that contribute to unemployment among graduates?
Okay, here are three factors that contribute to unemployment among graduates. The first factor is delaying the hunt for the employment. After a long day's work, all you want to do is chilling out. That is usually from cases that is usually the same cases for fresh graduates. You feel as thought as it's been a long journey and you deserve some overdue rest. This this is totally understandable. We'd advise against taking too long of a break as it is affects how attractive you are on paper. Your potential boss is looking for someone who is driven, proactive, and creative, a risk taker, and someone who is adaptable to change. So the best thing you could do for yourself in the long run is to at least do some part-time, volunteer, or even internship before getting something permanent. Doing some productive during your spare time will not only benefit you, but you will gain some knowledge and experience in the long run. And for my second factor is that the undergraduate unemployment is not seizing the right opportunities on time. In one day, you are going through a lot of list job of advertisement and you found something that you like. But the thing is, you didn't apply immediately because you thought you still had the time. Before you know it, the position is closed because they have already been hired by someone else and you have been bumped out. Now, you just want to curl up in the bed and watch your whole life flashing right before your eyes. And okay, that was a that bit too dramatic, but it is true. You should grab the opportunity at the moment you see it. And according to the Pop Sugar, as stated by the CNN Money, a job posting generally stays open for about 45 days before they can take it down. You can, however, see if they mention the job that they are posted, and you can estimate how much time you have left to apply for the vacancy. And according to the Workopolis, 98% of the applicants are eliminated at the first stage, leaving only 2% that can make it to the interview. Thus, bear in mind to apply as soon as possible in order to secure your dream job. And my third factor is having an entitled attitude. Having a superstar grades and being on the dean list is not enough to land you a job. It definitely helps, but it's far from the only thing that the employers value as in candidate. Employers also want to see whether or not you are a team player, a multitasker while being productive, and can create and solve solution for internal problems to take the risk. We know that the Y generation job seeker entitled is overused and it is not fair. By doing so, we would be labeling 71 million people under one umbrella. But think about it. Do you know at least few people don't apply for job or quit their job under 6 months simply because they felt they deserve better? I'm betting that your answer is yes. The attitude of believing that you are the best candidate for the job without having the skills and experiences for the position is a little unrealistic considering how many people they are fighting for that one position. And on top of that, expecting a high salary is a good way to push employers to pick someone who's willing to accept market rate and have a good intention of learning. Getting a high paying job takes time because our up we have to work our way up in the ladder, but it is not easy, but time, patience and hard work will pay off eventually.
Just now, Mr. Azrin state the factor that contributes to the unemployment graduate because of the attitude of the graduate itself. So the graduate should be more opportunities to finding job. Now we move to Ms. Nur Shahira. Can you tell us the effect of unemployment?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Thank you to the moderator for giving me a chance to talk. And before that, my name is Nur Shahira binti Zulkifli and I am senior lecturer at UiTM Perlis. And now I'm going to explain about the effect of unemployment and graduate into self-esteem, finance, and also into long-term career prospect. Firstly, they can maintain a healthy into self-image during time of unemployment with positive thinking of mind. For example, they will feel better about themselves. They also can be more confident and can be more attractive to prospective employers. Next is graduates also can maintain a positive sense of life identify and when they face with a major life challenge. From that, they can having positive care about self-evaluation and also can seen into themselves as a competence dispute with experiencing as a setback.
According to Ms. Shahira, graduate must be positive when face the problem in life, like not getting job after graduating. So Nurul Atika, earlier you said that you are victim and already apply many jobs and resume to the many company but still not get any response. In your opinion, why the organization very hard to recruit fresh graduate like you?
Thank you for the question. I face difficulties when some organizations want to hire me or new graduate because some organizations need employees who have experience in performing work. Usually, some organizations offer the job for 2 to 3 years experience candidate to fill the vacancy. So there are no chances for fresh graduate like me to have that job. Secondly, with a high cost living in the city, we must have an intention to demanding for high salary. But some organizations do not want to take any risk to give us such a big salary. And some organizations believe that fresh graduate like me are not having any skill in doing a job. For me, skills can be built as long as an organization gives time for us to improve ourselves step by step.
Ms. Hana, what can you clarify about statement given by Nurul Atika? As she said, the organization do not give any chance to the fresh graduate to prove that they qualified for the job.
Okay, thank you for the question. For the second question that you asked, my company requirement in recruiting is an employee. Is we are focusing uh, the education, experience, and also additional skill. First one is education. We are focusing on the candidate education level. The higher the education, the higher the chance to be higher. For example, for the degree candidates, we put the three level such as first class 3.7 pointers and above, upper class 3.5 above, and third one 3.0 and above. Um, in here, we will give candidates in here we will give the priority to the top class one. So I will pick first the candidates with good academics result, which background that relates with sector the applicant asked for. And then next is experience. We will look for the candidates with high experience level, because experienced employees is important to make sure employees have a fair idea of work pressure, work culture, and work ethics. Since they have been experienced in the work, it is easy to them to do the task that we give. For example, their years of achievements, failures, and mature sense of responsibility can prove that they have experience in their work. So this helps in making the work streamlined and reduce the effort of training. We will not need to send them to go to the training.
So the important aspect for graduate to enter the workforce is education and experience. That's
Yes.
to make sure that the graduate will be lacking the experience and make harder to them to enter the workforce. So Miss Nur Shahira, what are the way for graduate can do for living?
Okay, thank you to the moderator. And firstly, fresh graduate cannot sit at home, but they need to get some type of part-time job to keep them going, insert. And for example, nowadays have a lot of fresh graduate doing part-time as a runner for Food Panda or Food Grab. Besides that, fresh graduate also can build out their hobby into a job. They can do anything to make a money and with their effort. For example, if they like to collecting thrift clothes, they should sell the item using the media social platform. For example, like Facebook, Instagram, or other business platform. And from that, this can help them to get a money, and moreover, they can also improve their life. And therefore, it can be as a considerate as a job. Well, at the beginning, it just as a hobby.
Okay, thank you, Miss Shahira, for such important information for fresh graduate can implement. So I end up our discussion with the conclusion I made from information by our four panels. Graduates should improve their quality and skill because in Malaysia, labor market are competitive with many candidates that seeking a job. So the graduate have to take any opportunity to survive and keep improve their quality and skill. Thank you.